Good evening. This is Stan Matthews in the Matthews broadcast. We want to say good night to you, the greatest audience in the world, on this Wednesday, the 23rd of August. I want to make sure that I'm not a day behind. Yesterday was the day of the big eclipse. I was at Life Fitness Activity in Florham Park, so I was meeting with one of the trainers, and Russ, and the trainer said, "Oh, we have to stop the discussion about your nutrition plan, Mr. Matthews." I said, "Why is that?" He said, "We're all going outside in the parking lot to watch the eclipse." All right, so I went out in the parking lot. I don't know, audience, what you saw, but I didn't see anything. The skies were still bright. I think I saw a little bit of a shade. I don't know what I saw, but they were oohing and ahhing. People came out with special glasses, Dr. Matthews.
Absolutely. I was one of them.
Oh, you had a special glass?
Absolutely.
I'm glad you didn't have a heart attack or, from your arteries being clogged while everybody was looking at the eclipse.
I'll go blind.
So I told young man Bryce, who's a very excellent young man, great trainer, very, very informative. When it was over, I said, "Bryce, what did we do here?" He said, "Oh, it was wonderful, wasn't it?" I said, "Yeah." I don't know what the hype was, but I guess it happened so infrequently that people saw it as a big deal. But anyway, back to what we do here. The Matthews broadcast has four principles, as you know, those of you who watch us. Those principles are alignment, empowerment, upliftment, and enrichment. We focus on connecting urban consumers with urban professionals and urban businesses in a manner that you would get the new clients, the new relationships, the strategic connections you both need to succeed. In the state of New Jersey has an annual purchasing power of $437 billion, of which urban communities, black and brown, are $132 billion. Our purpose here is to create a nexus and a point of education in what we see as a ministry of abundance. By connecting these groups and making them aware that resources are out there where they can do business with others from our own community and such improve our own communities without the necessity of asking other communities to help us. And in making that awareness, we seek to do one thing: take away the excuse that I was not aware that people like the fine professionals that sit in front of me. I didn't know that I didn't know that I didn't know that they know. The awareness will either put you in a place where you still want to do business or you don't want to do business, but it will not be the lack of awareness if the Matthews broadcast has a say in the matter. So we begin with gratitude each evening, and thank you to all of you who write, all of you who email, all of you who text. Your suggestions, your criticisms, even your recommendations are the lifeblood. We seek to incorporate them into making this broadcast continuously a source of information, a source of an inspiration, and a source of getting people connected so that they may do business with each other, use each other. To our friends who are with us always, to Mr. Vernon Bradbury, Captain of Newark Bike Police, thank you again for all your support. Miss Allison Skeet of Distinguished Women of Guyana, my sister girl, thank you so much. To Mr. Joseph Peterson, our retired educator. Vince Jackson, my friend from the Philadelphia Attorney General's office. Greg Jones, our mortgage expert in Willingboro. And Brick City's own Justice Roundtree, who's with us tonight. And my friend Kim Givens, who will be with us a little bit later on. Outside of the state of New Jersey, Mr. Dennis King from Jacksonville, Florida. Mr. Shaka Andrews from Miami, Florida. Leslie Andrews from Honolulu. Charlene St. Clair from Richmond, Virginia. Pinky Andrews from Hampton, Virginia. Harry and Annis Staley in Charleston, South Carolina. I know I want to be retired with all the money the two of you have. Keep a warm sandwich down there in Charleston. These two fine people sold 7 McDonald's franchises all at one time. They decided at 75 and 72 they had enough, And let's just say the check that they received from McDonald's had plenty of zeros behind it. So Harry and Annis, when I grow up, I want to be like the two of you down there in Charleston. Come and visit us in New Jersey. It's not that bad. I know you really don't want to come up here, but congratulations again on congratulations on what you guys have meant to me as friends and mentors over the year. Cool Otis Brown, Woodstock, Georgia. I see you're coming up with the Otis Brown Ensemble to play in Garwood on Friday night. We will be there to hear some great jazz with the Otis Brown Ensemble. Welcome back to Jersey. You and Mrs. Brown will be over there to see you. You can count on that. Tyrone Scotty Howard in Hotlanta, Joy Anderson in Tampa, Florida, Greg Riley in Falls Church, Virginia, Harvetta Fax in Columbia, Maryland. Sis, I'm glad you watch. I'm glad you're always watching my back. I'm glad that you are someone whose shoulder I can always cry on no matter how far away you are. I know you and Mama just enjoyed that vacation together. So y'all keep on doing it the way you guys always do it. Internationally, Phaedra Andrews in London, England. Keep Amazon finances running. I'm Miss Finance Director of Amazon International. You're making Mr. Bezos very rich. So keep doing what you're doing over there. Audrey Pereira in Trinidad, in Port of Spain. Mr. Simpson de Silva in Georgetown, Guyana, the place of my birth. And Aderanka Batamosi, my great friend from St. George's, Bermuda. And Liz Thompson, my friend from Kingston, Jamaica. Thank you so much for all of you who make this a joyous endeavor for Russ and I and others associated with the Matthews broadcast. Remember, we have, what was the name of the cigarettes, Dr. Matthews, that were telling women you've come a long way, baby? What was the name of those cigarettes? Was it Virginia Slims that have women on the... We've come a long way, baby. I was just thinking about that today. And if you think about it, physically, Emancipation 1865, voting rights 1965, right? 100 years just about. My contention is that the threshold that we must now cross is the imperative for black and brown generational wealth. To be able to write a check for our own hospital, for our own foundations, our own banks, our own institutions, so that we can be full members of this fabric called America and not have anyone try to even make us feel somehow that they're doing us a favor about anything. The two of you that are with us, both physicians, stand in stark contrast to the stereotype that we often hear about us. Yes, we have come a long way, baby. I'm sitting across from a doctor named Matthews. It ain't me. I'm telling you, I'm feeling good tonight.
And Nicole, we looking like I'm not sure.
I'm claiming you anyway. So the imperative for black and brown wealth is where we're going next. So as they had their theme song in the 60s of We Shall Overcome, we have adopted the theme song from one DJ Khaled, a very popular young man these days, and his anthem in every club he goes to, every stadium he plays, and all the young people stand up and they said, all we do is win, win, win. And that's all this generation is going to do. This generation is standing on so many shoulders its nose should be bleeding perpetually. There's a whole lot of people who have contributed to where we are today and where we're still yet to go. We should be proud of where we've arrived, but we should continue to push our young people. We ain't quite there yet. If somebody could argue the point that people who were traitors to the United States of America and took up arms against this country should still be revered and celebrated, quote unquote, and their monuments should continue to be in public places. We are definitely not there yet. And for people to walk around with torches in the daytime, no sheets, we're still not there yet. Finally, for the President of the United States to find something positive in those events from the side of hate tells us we are just not there yet. So yes, we got to keep on pushing, but we've got to stop every once in a while and have a praise break and celebrate that we have come a long way, baby. I'm gonna get off of my high soapbox.
Emphasis added, baby.
And I want you to support our super sponsors without whom this broadcast could not be possible. On the 18th of September, we will be taking this broadcast nationally on the Impact Network. We're very proud of that achievement, and we will have an audience of between 5 and 10 million. And so, as I often say here at GEMS TV, we've got big cable on the run. 2 million people a month leave their big cable subscription, and they're signing up for Netflix and Hulu and other streaming services and watching television when they want. We just want to make sure that part of your viewing pleasure is at 7 o'clock on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Go to gemsradio.net and GEMS TV and tune in. And soon on the 18th of September, you'll also be able to go to Impact TV and see us. And we will be doing the same thing there, connecting you to those you need to be connected to empower our community. So first and foremost, support these sponsors. They are very generous with us, and we want you to be very generous with them. If you want the max, get Optimum Tax and Financial Services. They are Better Business Bureau certified and 5-star rated online. Mr. Ivan Maxey, CPA. He is licensed in 5 states, and you can visit them at 500 Rahway Avenue in Elizabeth, or call them at 908-352-1040. If you're serious about growing your clientele today, accept no substitutes, join UBA. Yes, that's the Urban Business Alliance. They are at 124 East 2nd Avenue in Roselle, organization dedicated to circulating dollars in their own community, just as this broadcast is. Call my friend Jerry Moultrie, Super Jerry as we call him, and Mr. Keith Broadway at 908-259-5012, 908-259-5012. Dr. Franz Pierre St. Louis, People's Care Institute, provides awesome care everywhere. They are beginning a new service, a new endeavor, so that they can provide services to people no matter how far away they are. It's called telemedicine, where you can see your patient in the comfort of their mobile and smartphone. Hey, our image doctor just walked in. Cornelius Hill, how are you, sir?
All right.
And telemedicine is with us. It's going to continue to be with us. Dr. Franz is employing it as he grows the People's Care Institute right there on Belleville Avenue in Bloomfield. This is a 21st century development, and you will hear a lot more about telemedicine. So call People's Care and be blessed. Dr. Franz and his staff can be reached at 732-967-3429, 732-967-3429. People Care Institute provides awesome care for clients everywhere, introducing their new telemedicine service. Very excited about that. Dorson Home Care, breath of fresh air for caregivers everywhere. Call Dorson at 973-672-7691 for the best home care anywhere. They're conveniently located at 395 Pleasant Valley Way in West Orange, and also have an office in Roselle. Dr. Winston Scott, a great friend, and Mrs. Sonia Scott also have a foundation called Dorson Foundation, for which they do all their charitable work. Many of us have gone on their all-white cruise. They also have a black tie event coming up in December, for which they're going to raise funds for the first time to send the Caribbean Medical Mission and a host of doctors to Ghana, Russ. And I'm going along with them to Ghana, Dr. Matthews. I hope you'll be there. Dr. Simon, you as well. So I asked Sonia and said, Sonia, I'm not a physician, but I'm going to Ghana with y'all. What do I get to do? And Sonia said, well, you can carry water.
That's true.
Carry water.
That sounded a little bit like how we used to do things. Carry water. She said, did you
Depends
know?
on how bad you want to go to Ghana.
Yeah, she
You
said, did you know in countries where fresh water is not necessarily something that's always available, carrying water is something of great distinction. I thought to myself, is Sonia gassing me up? Carry water. I was spending all that money to go to Ghana. I said, no. So I was laughing with her about it, but we look forward to this great work. These physicians, out of their own pocket, travel to the Caribbean, now on to Mother Africa, to provide services to those that don't have the ability to provide it for themselves. Bravo to the Caribbean Medical Mission. We'll be glad to carry their water anywhere.
I've had the honor of going to Guyana several times. To your own country.
My own country.
Yeah.
Did you carry water?
I carried water. But I carried some medicine too.
Water and medicine. Go ahead, man.
Was it fresh water? Was it fire water?
No fire water.
No fire
That
water.
wasn't allowed.
No fire water.
All right,
Okay.
all right. Dream Builders, building generational wealth one great client at a time. Call my friend Mr. Paul Dussard of Dream Builders at 973-220-5026. For mobile marketing and advertising guaranteed to take your sales higher, call Trey or Daniel at Billboards for Hire. They're the guys with the 20-foot trucks with the surround sound and the digital imagery on the side. You've seen them at Summer Jam. You've seen them at Madison Square Garden. You've seen them at all of the Giant Stadium events, on and on and on. This is a great way to market your business, and we partner with Billboards for Hire to do just that. You can reach Trey or my great friend Daniel Jones at Billboards for Hire at 917-756-0043. Nothing says I love you like flowers. You've tried the rest, now try the best. A rose's petals. Carolyn and Nathaniel Joe have had their florist shop in Patterson at 472 Broadway for more than 21 years. We had a great time with them sending people there on this past Valentine's Day. They are flowers.com certified, so they can deliver anywhere in the United States for you. You can reach them at 973-742-5333. 973-742-5333. Don't settle for less. Demand the best. And just call Les. My friend Les Daly. Les Daly CPA provides the best financial advice and services, conveniently located at his office at 1923 Springfield Avenue in Maplewood. One of my best friends in the business. Les will tell you as it is, not the way you want it to be, but you'll be fully protected. He takes his job as your trusted financial advisor very serious, whether it's representing you before the IRS or the Division of Taxation, helping you with bookkeeping, payroll, or other financial service. If you want the best, don't settle for less. Call Les Daly, CPA, at 973-327-2085. 973-327-2085. Those are our sponsors. I'm glad to say they're going with us as we go national. We want to continue to enjoy their support. I'm happy to announce that Verizon Fios has joined as our corporate sponsor. They will be helping us to take this broadcast national, and we're very happy. Mr. Sam Delgado, the Vice President of Government Affairs, thank you so much. We are working on St. Barnabas. St. Barnabas also wants to help. Miss Wendy McNeil, President of the Foundation. Wendy, please, please, please be our corporate sponsor. Hope you're watching. So as I said earlier, there are 4 principles that guide what we do here. Alignment, first and foremost, is inspired by the book of the beginnings, Genesis, the first chapter, verses 26 to 28, where God says, let us make man and woman in our likeness and image and give them authority to rule. So we recommend to you highly, live in alignment with your divine identity. You are not just somebody here by mistake. Everything about you, they're doing a lot of study in our DNA now. Everything about you is very particularly done in that DNA chain. You are a unique being, spiritual being, I think, having a physical experience with unique gifts that were given to you for you to make a contribution to this world. No one out there can sing your song, say your poetry, be a physician like you, be an attorney like you. You are a special being. So live in alignment with that divine identity. Second principle, empowerment, comes right from the book of Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7. For God said, you have not been given a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. Love, power, and a sound mind. You are not defeated. You are not less than. You are not weak. You come with great power. Exercise it. Make your voice heard. Do your thing, as the homegirls say. Upliftment is the third principle. And here we are guided by our poet laureate, one Maya Angelou. In one of my favorite pieces, Maya said, people will forget what you said. They may even forget what you did, but very rarely will but they forget how you made them feel. So make somebody feel like the king or queen they really are. Your candle loses nothing when it lights another. Put some sugar in your tongue and see what kind of magic it works when you use it on others. Finally, enrichment. Money can't solve all of our problems, but money can solve our money problem. Right? Even Christ said, when the devil tempted him and asked him, if you're God's son, turn these rocks into bread. But man shall not live on bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth from the mouth of God. We have to have bread. We're physical beings. We have to have income. We have to have wealth. And as I said earlier, we are tremendously wealthy people. A fourth of all the income in the state of New Jersey comes through our hands. Let us unify ourselves, organize ourselves, and use that income to be a wealthier, mightier people in this state and beyond. Take a cue from Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Up, you mighty race, you could accomplish what you will. And those are the four principles that guide this broadcast, have always guided this broadcast. And we should make sure that in this quest for wealth, we keep on searching, we keep on seeking, never stop. Brings me to a funny story, Russ. Old man, Dr. Matthews, Dr. Simon is sitting in his house, very humble house, one night, and the robber breaks in about 3 o'clock in the morning, kicks the man's room door open, and the old man turns on the little lamp. And he says, son, what do you want? What are you looking for in my house? And the robber says, old man, I'm looking for money. And the old man calmly gets out of his bed, Doc, puts on his bedroom sleepers, turns on a flashlight, and says, okay, son, I'll help you look. I haven't found any for 45 years. Maybe tonight we'll boom get lucky. So we got to keep on pursuing it. We got to keep on looking. One of these days we all gonna find it together. So maybe the old man and the young man found something that night. But we gonna keep on doing what we're doing. So with that said, I want to welcome to these airwaves to all of our viewers, Dr. Segun Simon, a talented young man I was introduced to by a colleague of his who I mentioned a little bit earlier, Dr. France. I think Dr. Simon is a little too fit for my liking. You shouldn't have abdominals like he has, when I'm trying everything I could do under the sun and I'm just not getting rid of it, Doc. So, I'm a little jealous of him. But welcome to our airwaves, Dr. Simon, and to Dr. Matthews, who we're going to continue to look for our family connection somewhere, as I've already claimed him. We want to welcome you to the airwaves, and I want to turn it over to my co-host, Russ, the real deal, Lagan, to ask both of you a few questions so that our audience can support both of your practices at another level. We want abundance. There's a proverb that says God rejoices when his people prosper, both those that you serve and you as well. The workman is indeed entitled to his wages. So with that said, Russ, they're all yours.
Stan, I just want to ask you one quick question. I know you're from Guyana. How come you never brought any curry chicken or goat up in here so we could, I just want to know, just real quick before we begin.
Well, I might have brought it up, but I might not have shared it.
Oh.
I personally like callaloo.
Callaloo. It might be downstairs in the car, but I'll bring you some.
Frozen callaloo will work anytime.
I stopped in Teaneck on the way down here. If you're on Teaneck Road, anytime, stop in Addie's Barbecue, East Indian brother from the same country. And I had some curry this afternoon. Addie had some. It's a little bit left in the car. I might be able to be persuaded to be part with something.
I'm going to change the focus a little bit here.
You asked the question.
You're right, I did. At this time, I'd like to welcome our viewers to the Matthews broadcast program. We have two distinguished men of medicine who are before us today, and I have nothing but great respect and deference for both of them. It's so wonderful to see two of our own to sit before us and represent us in areas that people so often believe that we can't excel. But I'm going to stop with the introduction, and I'm going to let these gentlemen introduce themselves and tell us about themselves and what they do. So I'd like to start with Dr. Simon. And Dr. Simon, would you, for our viewers, tell us your name and what do you do?
All right. Good evening, I believe, everyone.
Yes.
And thanks for tuning into the show. My name is Dr. Segun Simon, and I'm the medical director for Kidney Care PA. Here we provide we provide health services to people with all kinds of kidney issues, kidney diseases, ranging from acute kidney failure, kidney stones, inflammations in the kidney, inherited kidney problems, all sorts of kidney problems. We take care of it in our office.
What is for our viewers who may not know anything much about, kidneys and things like that, what is the unique value of your specialty?
Yeah, so kidney issue is actually, it's becoming a big burden and a big problem all over the world. And here in the US, for instance, as of 3 years ago or so, there is an estimate of about 470,000 people on dialysis. And now the annual growth rate of people on dialysis is estimated at 3 to 4%. So we are projecting that in another 7 years, by 2025, there will be about 700,000 people on dialysis.
That's a big number.
That's a big number. And now people are becoming a little more aware. And where do we get all these diseases from all of a sudden? And it's coming from increase in the incidence of diabetes, high blood pressure, and inflammations around the kidney. So it's really easy to have your kidneys checked. And we try to enlighten people all the time. When you see a doctor or you see your primary care, just for under $10, you can have a simple blood and urine test and see how your kidneys are doing. We think it's really important that people pay particular attention and ask their doctor, what is my kidney function like? And demand a number. What is the percentage of my kidney function, for instance? The normal should be approximately about 100%. So we're trying to enlighten people. Just don't say, oh, Mr. So-and-so, your test results are fine. Goodbye. See you in 4 months or see you in 1 year. Just ask, doctor, how about my kidneys? What percentage am I? And we have tests now that can tell you, you're 80%, you're 70%, you're 40%. And this can really ring a number to say, oh, my God, I'm 40%. So what do I do? Well, you need to see a kidney doctor. And we recommend early referrals to see a kidney specialist so they can pay close attention or early attention so people don't get onto end stage where, you have really no much help other than to do dialysis, which is not very easy for the patient, for the family in general.
What kind of person would be a great referral to you, to your practice?
So usually we do get referrals from the primary care doctors. They are the ones who see these patients in the communities, on a routine basis for routine testing or for routine annual wellness visits. And they do simple blood tests, like I said earlier. And before now, some primary cares don't pay particular attention to the kidney unless things are really bad. So, but we do suggest now that once you start going, especially below 60%, you should refer the patients to a kidney doctor. You can also just walk in to any kidney doctor's office, and if you're not sure, and say, hey, can I have my kidneys checked? Like I said, it takes a simple blood test, very simple urine test, all combined, I'm sure, less than $10. So even if you have no insurance,
Right.
you can invest this amount knowing about your kidney. And in our office, we try to give education on what you can do to try to keep your kidneys in check, to protect your kidneys so you can live a healthier, longer life.
Okay, great. What are you offering our audience for their support?
So we offer quality care in our office, and everyone that walks in, we have this one thing for you that you're going to live happy and have all your questions answered. So because of the nature of healthcare in this country, people tend to have health insurance. And so when they come in, their insurance takes care of it. But particularly for those who don't, if you come in to see us and you reference this show, we give our initial consultation for free. We will see you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's wonderful.
Totally free, and have this simple test done to check out your kidneys. And we discuss after that if there is need for follow-up, but if your kidneys are fine, we'll just give you simple education on what to do to keep your kidneys healthy, and follow up with your primary care doctor in the community.
That's absolutely wonderful.
It's often been said that the worst question is the one that's not asked, or
Correct.
the action that's not taken.
That is true.
That's very generous of you, Dr. Simon. Thank you.
Dr. Simon, can I give you my information now?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
2130
Hey,
2130
It's not a
Milburn
consultation
Avenue.
right
baby.
How does our audience reach you? How can they reach you through the social media, your telephone number?
yeah, so right now we're physically located at 2130. That's 2130 Milburn Avenue, which is in Maplewood Town. We're on the 3rd floor, suite C3, C as in Charlie. And our phone number is 973-996-2727. That's 973-996-2727. Fax number is 973-763-2558.
Thank you.
We expect your call.
All right.
Thank
You will
you
get
very
it.
much.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And now we have another distinguished gentleman, another physician who's going to give us some great insight and educate us on issues related to healthcare. Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Dr. Kelvin C. Matthews. I'm a practicing orthopedic surgeon. I've been in the area for about 25 years. And I am located in Bloomfield, New Jersey at 323 Belleville Avenue. Also, I am the current medical director for a new program we're starting at East Orange General Hospital. Some of you probably know East Orange General. We're a changing facility, and I've been asked to head up the program there for total joint replacements, which I've been doing all of my practice life. I've had the wonderful attitude of having my friends and relatives come see me to take care of them, and I continue to do that. I appreciate the audience having this moment to speak to you about my practice and about the community of East Orange and the community of Bloomfield.
They come all the way from North Carolina?
They do. New York, California, Texas, and Florida.
No family members are coming here.
They make sure
Praise.
they find me.
Bless them. Bless them.
Oftentimes people ask, what does an orthopedic surgeon do? They often confuse us with chiropractic. And it's not particularly that. We do mainly treatment of bones. Fractures is one of my specialties, but also joint replacement. We have a very rapidly growing older population in this country, and we're teaming up with them to get better health in terms of bone care so that they're actually ambulating better. So they're walking better, they're doing stairs better. And now, as they say, the new 50, is one who's 70 years old or 80 years old. And so everybody's out here like yourself, Dan, getting out there and working out.
Trying to look like that guy.
Yeah, it's pumping it up. So,
Pumping it up. Trying to look like that guy.
We are those folks who try to keep people mobile. We want to keep you moving in your joints, want your ankles, your knees, your hips moving. And I also do total shoulder replacements. So a lot of people like to go out and play a little football and baseball at the time. Not on the pro circuit, but they get pretty close. But so we keep them going and keep them educated in terms of taking care of their bone health, so that they are indeed ready for all those things, especially dealing with their grandkids.
That'll throw your shoulder out.
Dr. Matthews, when I was younger, I was trying to be cool, and I used to have a little walk, and so one of my legs is a little shorter than the other. Do you think you can help me out a little bit?
We can stretch that out a little bit. We do have methods for that, by the way.
What is the unique value of your practice?
Well, I think in orthopedics, we're trying to keep people, as I said, mobile. A lot of people are biking, running, jogging, swimming, and doing a lot of traveling as an older population. But even the younger people, they want to stay in good health. They want to make sure that they reach the old age, and they want to get there in good shape and actually push that number of 50 to about 90. That's what they'll be doing, getting older and older age. So what we do in terms of mobilization is getting them out there to do those things. One of them is joint replacement. Joint replacement is removing arthritic joints, which we all at some point develop. And oftentimes the majority of it's in the knees and the hips. So what we do is we replace those. We initially try to work with the patient to improve what they already have, because we really believe that what you already have, what God has given you already, is the best thing. But God gave us power to improve upon that, and what we do is we do joint replacements. And that would be a knee, sometimes both knees. Sometimes I have one patient who has both knees, both hips, and working on a shoulder. But the appreciation that they have of being out of pain, being able to function at a much higher level, and enjoying their life much better. Because oftentimes in pain, you really don't want to do very much. You want to just sit at home and not move.
That's right.
The worst thing people can do is to not move, because it just destroys their outlook on life. They become depressed, and it utilizes good people when they're just sitting in their home not really functioning. So our work is to get them out and about, to get them moving. And you will see the joy on their faces when you have replaced a knee that's been killing them for years. They replace a hip that's killing them for years, and they can't walk and they can't move, or they're in a wheelchair. Now they can get out of a wheelchair and actually move around. Maybe some use a cane, some use a walker. Majority of them don't have to use that at all. They really begin to move.
What is the average recovery time for, say, for example, a knee replacement?
Well, we get you up moving on the same day. We do a replacement. We block the area so you don't really feel all that pain. By the next day, you're up and moving either on a walker or crutches. And we try to get you in the program we're doing at East Orange General Hospital is from hospital to home. You actually, I have one patient, two patients, three patients that will leave the next day, and they go home to the family.
So who is a great referral for your practice?
Well, any person with a bone problem. Any person with a muscle problem. I do a lot of different things other than joint replacements, because I do work with muscle recovery, if you have injuries, sports medicine, things of that nature where people injure themselves, in cycling accidents, boating accidents, just running down the street and they break ankles. So I do a lot of fracture care. And they can fall and break a leg, and I will fix that. I'll fall and break an arm, and I'll fix that. So the fracture care is a heavy part of it. More the younger population, but as adults get more and more up there, they tend to develop hip fractures. And a lot of people, if they have a hip fracture, they may not survive if they're not treated early. So we get after that population to get them up and running again.
So what are you offering?
Well, again, I have been working in the community for a while. A lot of people know me in this community, and I want to make sure that they know that I still want to and will give excellent care for them and their families.
Mm-hmm.
And I too would like to offer to members of the audience
Mm-hmm.
a chance to come in, meet me, meet my staff, and we'll bypass the payment on the first visit. And we'll see how that will work out for you. I'd like to just mention a little more about this program at East Orange General. We are setting up in the MAB building, which is the Medical Arts building, which is right next to the hospital,
Okay.
a program for the joint replacements. So we're going to be outfitting a complete suite there that we'll be seeing the patients, and it'll be a direct referral. We're going to be using the phone number 973-266-BONE, B-O-N-E. It is not in effect as of yet, but we're building the program, so we're going to be getting that number out. My personal office number is 973-429-1010, and that's the office in Bloomfield at 323 Belleville Avenue.
Okay. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you, both you gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate the time.
I want to give you guys both information because I want to get tuned up.
Well, I'll lengthen that leg for you if you like.
He's talking about fix the pimp walk. you did the pimp walk. You created the pimp walk yourself. By the way, was it my imagination or did Obama have a little bit of?
Oh, he had a little swag.
Swag over there.
That's different. That's a swag.
That's a swag.
Right.
All right. No, I appreciate having both of you.
Can I just add one
Sure,
line really quick in terms of referral? I want to say if you do have diabetes
Mm-hmm.
or high blood pressure already, then you're at a very high risk to develop kidney issues. So you should really pay close attention to your blood tests that you do routinely and make sure you ask questions about your kidney. Now, for people who don't have these two diseases, it's still good that at least once or twice a year you get a regular blood test and find out how your kidneys are doing. I just wanted to
And
add
I
that.
have one question for you.
Sure.
If we do enough referrals, can I get to borrow your car on the weekend?
What's he got, a spaceship
He's got
outside?
a Porsche that looks like a spaceship.
Oh, yeah. Why didn't you tell me that, man?
Are you gonna ask the bar?
Well,
You're gonna refer your whole family?
You're gonna have it. You're just gonna have to take the.
You know they take the payment.
They do go together.
Wow. Well, listen, it's been a pleasure having both of you.
Thank you.
Please come back and visit us again.
Sure.
In a very short while, we are going to have an event at a local hotel where our audience gets to come out and meet you. Just really quick, I have a question for you from a Janet Whitworth. She said she just had her hip replaced. Could she ask Dr. Matthews why she still has pain, given that you said that typically people go home in the same day? Why does Janet still have a little pain? I know you probably don't know, Janet.
No, I don't. If she has had it recently, it usually will take about a month of rehabilitation in order for you to get improvement in the hip. And that's with we set it up is we have the therapist that you begin with in the hospital. Then you will go home with a therapist. Some people can't go home, so they go to a rehabilitation center. And they will then be getting the therapy that they need, then go home or an outpatient facility. So it's not an automatic, I'm going to have an operation today and I'm completely pain-free tomorrow. It doesn't happen like that. Our bodies are not designed that way. So we do have to give it time to heal. And typically, the hip is done properly. You'll have within 3 to 4 weeks, most of the pain will start to decrease. And then within about a month and a half, most of the pain is gone. But it takes a long time, especially the knee, to get most of the pain to resolve.
Well, Janet, I think you heard from our expert, Dr. Matthews. He's definitely an expert in the area. And I would just say this to my sister, having hip replacement is not like getting French fries at the drive-through window. It's quite not that fast. That's essentially what I took from Dr. M. But you're going to get better. Hang in there. He left his number. Call him if you need. Oh, she just texted. She is going to be calling you.
Okay.
So, but it's definitely not like going through the drive-through window. Dr. Simon, we look forward to seeing you and referring
I have a
plenty of
question
people
for
to
Dr.
the
Simon.
office. Sure.
Dr. Simon, I have
Yes,
a question for you.
Okay.
From a preventive perspective,
Yes.
what is something that you can give our audience that can act as a preventive tool if they don't have that problem, so they won't
Yeah.
develop those?
Don't
So-
say drink plenty of alkaline water.
No. So the kidney naturally is usually just a bystander. It reacts to what else is going on in the body. So diabetes, it's the leading cause of kidney issues. So everything that you can do to prevent diabetes will keep your kidneys healthy. Exercising is really important. I mean, there are certain things you cannot change. If your DNA, diabetes runs in the family, you can't change that, but you can avoid being obese, sedentary lifestyle, good diet, and exercise. Keep your BMIs down. Now, if you already have diabetes, keeping it tightly controlled. If you discuss with your doctor, there's a number called A1C, which they check every now and then if you have diabetes. We typically recommend you keep those below 7, and they check your kidneys every now and then, check your urine to see how much protein you have in it. Those are the things that we continue to do. You avoid bad medications. There are some medications that are not friendly with the kidneys. People obviously don't know about it. We try to tell people, don't just go to the drugstore and buy things over the counter, especially if you do have high blood pressure and diabetes and you're already taking some medicine. Make sure everything you take is from the advice of your doctor, so you can avoid interactions and avoid things that can further mess or damage the kidneys. There is no magic medicine, so to speak, that can... actually, I take that back. There are some medications that prevent or alleviate damage to the kidney from diabetes and high blood pressure, which we recommend people to take. But overall, all the healthy habits you do for preventing high blood pressure and diabetes will also protect your kidney. And early referral, follow your doctor's advice. Those help a lot.
Thank you so much, guys. Look forward to having you back. Thank you again for coming to the Matthews broadcast. Cornelius, could you just ask Kim Givens and Justice Roundtree to come on in? Thank you so much. We have two people that we need to do a brief. With Stay Put, we're going to do some group photographs, so don't leave.
No, stay there.
Right.
Great shot.
All right.
We got the doctors in here.
I want you to stay. Come on around.
We're staying?
Steaming it up.
Yes, sir. Close it. Dr. Simon, could you let Fabulous Kim sit down?
Sure.
Thank you so much. And I don't want you to go anywhere. Stay right there. Kim, have a seat.
Please, Kim.
All right. I like the branded water bottle. We have the distinct pleasure this evening. Dr. Matthews, you on the front row today. We have the distinct pleasure, Rush and I, of announcing this evening that beginning on next Tuesday night, Kim, Justice, I want you to come into the camera so they can see you. Kim and Justice Roundtree are going to be joining us as co-hosts. They're going to be doing a weekend preview. They're going to have all that you need to know on the weekend preview of the Matthews broadcast, where you should be going, what's great out there, poetry readings, nightclubs, plays, spoken word artists. Kim is the owner of Sultry Kim, which is her own hair salon. Sultry Scissors, her own salon in West Orange. And Justice is the owner of 360 Degrees Poetry, where he promotes and participates in spoken word all over the state of New Jersey. Justice's focus on the weekend preview is going to be telling you where Great poetry can be heard all over the state of New Jersey. Great poetry is always heard when he's in the house. And Kim is going to have a focus on, which hair salons have it up and popping, so she can shake that blonde thing. All of the people in the industry that she knows. I'm going to be focused on the nightclubs, the bars, and places where you should go. We're only going to pick the best of the best. And Kim, Justice, and Russ are going to be doing that show, and we wanted to say this evening, as of next Tuesday night, you won't have to wonder where to go when Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday come, and I wanted to thank both of them. I wanted Kim for you to say for 1 minute, we're going in a little bit of overtime, and I want to thank Gems TV and Rod for helping us do that. What are you looking to share with the audience? 1 minute. Next week and what their weekend planning. What do you look to add to that for them?
Fun.
Find fun stuff.
I'll find some fun stuff that'll connect you and just have a great time. I'm all about having a great time.
All right, Justice.
Listen, we coming right up. We're at the Robert Treat Hotel this weekend at the New Jersey Black Expo. It's probably, I think, from 10 a.m. to about 8 p.m. Black business, black entrepreneurs, just total blackness. We had the eclipse this week, so let's keep it
going. and Russ, what do you look forward to in the weekend preview?
Well, I like to find out about culture, let people know where some of the plays and the jazz, the eat. I like to eat, so I want to know where the eating establishments are and we can get a good meal at a good price.
That's right.
So, some curry.
Some guy, I
can't get any curry from over here.
Well, Dr. Simon, Dr. Matthews, tune in on next Tuesday. You're going to be hearing from Justice, Russ, and Kim about all that you should be doing on the Labor Day weekend, all that's available to you. Pick something. I'm sure they're going to have a lot for you to pick. As we always close on the Matthews broadcast, remember, there are 2 types of people in the world: dreamers like you, and dream killers. Embrace the first, run like heck from the second. This is Stan Matthews, Russ, the real deal of Gone, my image doctor, Cornelius Hill, at my right side to make sure that you have pictures so that no one could ever tell you this night didn't happen. So look at our Facebook page, Stan Matthews or Cornelius Hill. Tomorrow you'll see plenty of pictures that you were here and it went down. Good night. Good night. God bless. Thank you.
Right. You get in here, guys, get in here. We'll take a little group right there. Stan, you stay there. We'll get that. Good.
Yeah.